What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another quick volume of Welcome to the Franchise here. Just back to tap into what's been going on a bit in the NBA. A little bit of talk surrounding Lebron, especially when hitting this 50K points mark right here, being one of the top scorers of all time, especially doing it at the age of 40. So let me get straight into it with that. So LeBron got his 50K points that everyone been talking about, right? And I'm gonna start by saying this: you gotta appreciate seeing greatness while you're able to still see it. At 40 years old, it's wild to see, especially in these last few weeks. Some of the games that I caught, I mean, it looked like that motherfucker on some whole other different shit. He looked like he's still balling out of control. Definitely looks a little bit more inspired, I think, since the trade. But I did say this as well because I caught a few games before the trade. I think when Anthony Davis went down, he was playing like this before that also, because I think that with Anthony Davis being injured at that time, after Anthony Davis was having a pretty good start to the season, I believe, he seen that, hey, I got to pick this shit up because I'm not trying to be in the play-in and I'm not trying to fall out of playoff contention. And we got JJ here coaching everybody else up right. So I got to be the one to throw this on my back to make sure we still in motion to get some wins. So it's definitely great to see how he's been playing at the age of 40. Definitely going to be up there with Tom Brady in that respect of being able to produce this efficiently at 40 plus. So it's dope to see. And like I said, you got to appreciate seeing greatness while you are able to see it. It also looks like he may be on his way to getting another championship as well. I've been saying this since the trade has happened. I've been saying before the trade has happened that I think the Lakers are going to be a team to contend for a championship that you got to watch out for. I wasn't so sure that they would get to the finals, but I definitely seen them still, even before the Luka trade, getting in the Western Conference Final. I mean, why would you not when you still have the best player, one of the best players in the league, still producing at 40 years old at a high level? You know what I'm saying? It's just like if we rewind to the 90s and shit, like, you think Michael Jordan not going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals? Like, just because so-and-so and so-and-so is way better this year and shit? No, Mike was the best in the league, so you still gotta say, nah, fuck that. They gonna at least be in the conference finals, and that's why I was saying LeBron at the early part of the season, before this trade. But now with this, it looks like he really may be on his way to another championship, and I think it's going to be them and the Celtics in the championship this year, which we get to see a preview of that with Luka this weekend. I can't wait to see this shit. I gotta see this shit. It's going to be fun to watch. And with this, let's say he does get another championship, right? We all know everybody want to put him up there with Mike, put them with MJ, and they want him to pass MJ and everything like that if he does win a fifth ring. But hold the fuck up. Stop traffic with that talk right now. Let's did that because that's invalid. That's not valid. It's never gonna be valid. First of all, there ain't no way that this nigga's even past Kobe right now. Let's put that out there. Nigga ain't scored 80 points in a game yet. Nigga ain't do that shit yet. He ain't do that. So there's some of that talk going on too. Again, I mean, this talk is always going on, but I feel like it's starting to ramp up a little bit more in a different way, with different energy from different people and personalities, setting the conversation out there more recently. And it's really more leaning towards like, man, but look what he's doing at 40. But look, he's dropping 50K points. He has the most points, the most this, the most that. And he's probably gonna get a fifth championship. Look what he's doing. He gotta be better than Jordan or be on Jordan's level now, right? And it's just like, nah. Let's calm down. Because also all that clicking up and hopping around team to team every time you lose, niggas ain't forget about that. And niggas ain't never gonna forget about all that bullshit. They not gonna do that shit at all. We're not gonna forget about that. So, to me, is LeBron still a GOAT and still great? Yes. He all-around basketball player. Score, defend, assist, rebounds, steals, blocks, all of that shit. All around, yeah. He's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, we've all ever seen as an all-around basketball in all those facets of the game. Yes, that's a fact. We've seen that shit, and I'm not a hater or anything like that. But like I said, I can appreciate greatness while I see it. But we ain't gonna forget about all that clicking up and all of that shit here or there, and you know, forming super teams and all that shit. We're not gonna forget about none of that, right? Which also brings me to another conversation out there that's been in the media mix, that, you know, it's fun to talk about. Like me, outside of this and everything like that, I talk about this every so often with, you know, some friends or some coworkers and everything like that. I would talk about this from years past. I'm like, yo, could Steph Curry, you know what I mean, could he be up there too if he get as many as he got the same amount as LeBron right now? So, you know, it brings me to that. Should we be putting Steph in the same GOAT conversation with them guys also? You know, if Steph was in a position right now, a similar position or the same as that position as LeBron right now, to win a 5th championship, right? Will we also put him up there with the Kobe's and the Mikes and everything like that as the greatest of all times and everything, right? And I think the simple answer is yes, you got to. You know, you got to. And, of course, with the same conversation and bringing up LeBron first and everything, and like I said, they got the same amount of rings right now, and they played against each other. Niggas could even go as far as saying that Steph's GOAT status could rival or be better than LeBron's GOAT status, or at least more valid. Because think about it, right? Let's break it down real quick. No clicking up, beat the GOAT of the era, which is LeBron James, before KD got there, and won another against a great Boston team after KD left, and actually really changed the game. Everybody want to play like Steph. Not a lot of guys want to play like LeBron. Me personally, I think that's a little bit sad because his game is crazy. You could pass crazy like that. No look pass. Early in LeBron's career, his first 7 to 10 years, it was crazy. It was out of this world. Then when he got his jump shot, when he got the three, he got his ratchet, got the 3-point game going, that was crazy also. The come from behind blocks, all of that. Not everybody could play like LeBron. That's why he's one of one. So you're not going to see a lot of people trying to emulate that game. There's not a lot of motherfuckers that 6'9", could probably run a 4-3 for chase down blocks, got great passing skills, could shoot anywhere. There's not a lot of guys at 6'9" that's going to be able to do that, right? So a lot of people not probably going to model after this game, which I think personally is a little bit sad, but whatever. That's for another day. But everybody want to play like Steph or model their game after a play like Steph. So you got that, right? And no running from the grind. No running from the grind. You know, all the times you lost with the Warriors in the playoffs, or you even, you know, I get after the one loss against Cleveland in the championship, okay, KD decided to be like, all right, I'm coming over there after y'all beat the shit out of him in the playoffs and the comeback and all that, right? And even that, you was a part of the story and campaigning for him to click up with you and everything like that. So there's a little bit of an asterisk there, you know what I mean? But still, you're still always going to have that one championship against LeBron. Not basically by yourself, but you still have it against him with your team. He has one against you too, but his obviously we always know that LeBron's teams are usually always stacked. But I think the one that he did have against Steph and the Warriors, it was basically just LeBron and Kyrie. Damn, I keep getting niggas' names mixed up there. But it was basically just LeBron and Kyrie. Everybody else wasn't really. I remember that series. Nobody else was really doing shit like that for real, and they won that championship. But Kyrie ultimately hit, you know, the game-winning shot to win that series. And then when you think about Steph in those finals, we do remember that he did have some bad performances and not some key performances in those finals against LeBron and Cleveland. And the first one, it was mainly Iguodala who won the MVP in that series. As I do remember seeing that Steph, I'm not gonna say it was terrible, like he only scored 6 points or like 0 points or whatever, but his performances in those finals, and that they didn't look as strong and as definitive and dominant as other games he's played throughout the regular season and the playoffs and everything like that, or as dominant as the recent one where we see him beat that Celtics team, which was just I thought on paper and talent wise they were better than the Warriors. It's just we knew the Warriors were gonna win because we know that they got that nigga number 30 on the other side, and he's just as, you know what I'm saying, he's just as great as a LeBron James. So, you know, I think his GOAT status is just as valid, maybe even a little bit more, just a little bit more valid than LeBron's GOAT status, you know. But to me, at the end of the day, neither of these niggas to me is gonna be more valid as far as a GOAT status or better than a Kobe, which I feel like lately that's being glossed over a bit as well. And some people are now finally starting to point it out. I was saying this 5 years ago. I'm like, yo, LeBron not even better than Kobe. After he won the chip in the bubble too with the Lakers, I'm still like, LeBron not better than Kobe. All-around player, okay, yes. Got more assists than Kobe, more rebounds, more blocks, whatever, all that shit. But when you watch the game, when you look at a sheer killer that's going to go for the win and get the championship, to me, it's Kobe edges LeBron out there to me. You know, so I don't think that either of them, and then with Steph, I don't think so either. They're still GOATs. They're still gonna be up there in the conversation and everything like that. But to me, both of them still gonna have a couple asterisks to a couple of their rings, you know, always. They're always gonna have that. The KD clicking up in Golden State, the bad performances in the finals until the one against the Celtics for Steph. LeBron, all the clicking up the Heat shit, the Heatles bullshit, coming back to Cleveland, clicking up shit, coming to LA, clicking up shit. Now this ring also, you got Luka, who's another top 5 player in the fucking league and shit, with you to probably win this 5th ring. That's an asterisk to it, where you look at Kobe's resume. To be honest, you could really say none. As far as on the court and winning championships, you could say none. All valid. All 5 of his rings is valid. All of them. Got 3 with Shaq. Got 2 with Pau Gasol. And whoever else the fuck was on there, who were all great role player guys. Great role player guys. And everyone played their role and everything like that. Right? Valid. Same for MJ. All his rings valid. All of them. No clicking up, no running from the grind. You took your lumps. You took 7 to 10 years of losing to the Pistons, Celtics, and all these teams and shit like that, whatever. But when you got there, it's 100% all valid with the team that you had, right? And all this other shit too, that I'm tired of. Niggas need to stop bringing up this Wizards MJ. Stop bringing that shit up. And stop bringing up also how long it took him to win, you know, the chips and everything. Every great motherfucker took at least from when their rookie year, within a 7 to 10 year span until they got there and they won. Now LeBron a little bit faster, so I'll give him that, but he lost in that finals to the Spurs. We know he didn't really have nobody, but he put on a performance still, so you still gotta give him the nod for that, right? But niggas, stop bringing all that, it took a man long to win chips and the Wizards MJ. Yo, 100% when it counts, when you get there to the big game, 100%. You can't beat that shit. 6 for 6, right? And 10-time MJ scoring champ. And you got an NCAA championship also that you contributed to. You got an NCAA championship also that you contributed to. Niggas talk about, but Jordan played 15 years and LeBron's doing this for 21 years plus at 40 plus. Let's add a little bit of context there, right? Jordan was in college for what, 2+ years or 2 years? Had a natty there also, let me say that again, right? Like that shit ain't just some easy shit. LeBron came straight from high school, so of course he's gonna have more years, more opportunities to get all this other shit. You got that too. Prior week argument and everything like that. I'm not making an argument. I'm just stating that. Because motherfuckers don't talk about this. Oh, the longevity, you doing it for 20-something years. Yeah. If you get in the league at 18, And most motherfuckers, if they take care of their body or they're a phenom like LeBron, they're gonna be able to play for 20 years till they're 38. Most motherfuckers in the NBA retire between 34 and 38. I'm pretty sure that's been happening since the late 80s or the early 90s to now, right? They either retire, they're out the league between 34 and 38. But you come out of high school at 18, Bron, you have no crazy injuries, you take care of your body or you're a phenom, you could play till 38 and probably even 40, right? So, yeah, especially these one and done niggas, they all coming out of 17, 18, 19 years old anyway, so that's going to happen. Well, the retiring part with MJ, all right, fine, whatever. I'm not even going to get into all that. But, no. MJ and Kobe, to me, they're forever going to be the GOAT, and their GOAT status is just more valid. It's always going to be more valid to me definitely compared to LeBron, compared to Steph to a degree also, because it's all valid, 100%, 6 for 6 in the finals. And Kobe, you got your 3 with a dude that was a little bit more dominant or as dominant as you at the time. You got your 2 without him, and you didn't have to click up. You didn't leave. You didn't do it. You had the mentality that you want to kill niggas. You didn't give a fuck. I respect that. Niggas respect that more than all that other bullshit. And then before I wrap here, I just want to say really, really tough to see and really sad. My previous volume, when I spoke about it right quick, all I seen was that Kyrie was out for the season. They said it was a knee. I didn't know how bad it was. I thought it was like maybe a bad knee bruise or some shit like that. Initially, when I saw it, that it was going to take some games for him to come back, maybe in the playoffs or maybe through a majority of the playoffs. But obviously, at this point now, it came out, I know I'm late, came out that's a torn ACL. Tough because Kyrie, one of my favorite players to watch, always has been since he first got drafted to Cleveland. Cleveland was nothing before LeBron James came back. I only watched Cleveland games, which I never like watching Cleveland games at all anyway. But I only watched Cleveland games at that time because Kyrie, I like watching him play. So I hate to see this shit, especially with everything that he went through in the last 5-year span and shit, and having a previous knee injury before that sidelined him for a while because of the surgery that he had, and then all the other bullshit off the court. We could get into that another time. But what I'm gonna say on this real quick, besides it being real sad and terrible, is what does it mean now for him in the future, within the next year or so? Because now you got this injury. You got a chance to re-up with Dallas, which I feel like was going to happen. Because not where else was he going to go? Like, he didn't have options. There were some options that I was also putting out there that, oh, shit, what if he does this and signs with this team, that team? But now you're going to need at least within a year or a whole year to recover from the ACL. So you won't be playing or having an impact on a Dallas Mavericks team for a year who needs to, after the bullshit they pulled with this trade and they got another injured nigga, you need to produce some type of results fast or get a championship fast. But then what happens if you opt out and you're like, let me take this time? Because he's a different type of cat. This dude is genuine and he really puts some thought into his life and his career and how he wants to move. What he says, I'm going to opt out. Let me take this whole free agent year to get right and come back better for next year. And then that second year after, right, after this ACL injury, now you're a free agent and you get your pick of the litter and see which team is in contention to really get you there and come out on top with a championship. What if you want to go back home? What if now, okay, the Knicks, by that time, the Knicks better be, or at least should be, in a position to be like, yo, we could get to the finals and probably win it. What if you just want to be a good role player, a good piece, a good two-guard, you know what I mean, and play a part and get a championship there, back home where you from? Or what if you want to get back if LeBron is still playing, or even if he's not, get back with your hermano Luka in L.A., and it's not going to be too much for you. You play a role in having them keep the tradition of rattling off some championships. They'll be a part of that history, right, with the Lakers, or whoever else is going to want you out there to be a true contender. So it may be, and I heard him say something like he thanked God after the ACL. I don't know how true that shit is, but, knowing him, how he kind of, his philosophy a little bit, it probably not far-fetched. So maybe he sees this as maybe a little blessing in disguise where in a year or two, it's going to have him in the right position to win a championship again, to come out on top as a champion with everything that he's going through. So I'll just say that on that real quick to wrap up this volume of Welcome to the Franchise. Y'all out there, be easy.